Who are they prosecuting today? Suaram, every one of you know. And who is Suaram? Suara Rakyat Malaysia. Suara Rakyat Malaysia, what is their single biggest contribution to date? The expose. Expose that the Scopin transaction conducted when our current Prime Minister was the then Defence Minister. The acquisition of 2 Scopin submarines. One of them for a while could not sink. 2 Scopin submarines, resulting in huge amount of commissions being paid to 2 companies of one of his best buddies. One of it, everyone knew about it before, was Perimeka. Owned by who? Abdul Razak Baginda. Who is he? The one who is embroiled with the Antantuya scandal. Until today, we still don't know why she died lah, but that's another story altogether. Then they exposed another company, Terra Sasi Limited, based in Hong Kong. Who owns that company? Again, Abdul Razak Baginda. It's a very terror company because they got another set of commission for approximately 100 million euros or 100 million euros. And that is a lot of money. There is a lot of money paid as commission for very little or no work done. And that is what Suaram did in France, because they wanted the French courts to investigate if the French company DCHS, the defense company, as to whether they have committed a crime by paying corrupt money to officials of Malaysia in order to secure the contract to build the 2 submarines for this country. And the judges have obviously found there was basis for investigations, hence a case file has been opened. Hence the people of Malaysia are willingly coming up with money to fund Suaram to pursue this case, so that those who are corrupt, those who are embroiled with the scandal of Scopin, those who took 600 to 700 million of the Rakyat money will get this day shown in court and will get thrown into jail for the crimes that they have committed. That is what Suaram has done. And what is the government doing now? The government is telling you that Suaram is an illegal NGO. How is it an illegal NGO? Oh, it's an illegal NGO because it is operating under a company. It's called Suara Initiative Sendirian Berhad. So as a company in Parliament, I ask, why can't a company be performing NGO functions? There is absolutely no law in this country that says you cannot be an NGO if you are a company. In fact, the Societies Act is very clear to state that a society can be a company. And if it is a company, then it is regulated under the Companies Commission of Malaysia and not the Registrar of Societies. For those who are not clear, Companies Commission of Malaysia is under the Ministry of Domestic Trade and Consumerism. The Registrar of Societies is under the more dodgy Home Ministry, headed by Datuk Sri Hishamuddin Hussein. They are now investigating what? They are saying that the company and the society are 2 different entities. The company is registered, it is a company, but the company is not Suaram. Suaram is a society that is not registered, and hence Suaram is illegal. And why do they want to declare Suaram illegal? So that they can close down the company and end the case in France. That is their objective. Wind up the company, they will no longer be a plaintiff in the case, and hopefully the case in France will die a natural death. So that the secrets that has been exposed to that will not continue to be exposed in court, will not be brought out into open, so that our powers, those that are in power today, will not see their day, will not need to see their day in court. It has gotten so ridiculous. It's gotten so ridiculous because I have been coming forward to tell the government, why is Suaram being prosecuted when so many other companies are committing crimes? Not crimes lah, are breaking the law, okay, and yet they are not prosecuted, and yet Suaram, without breaking the law, they are being investigated, persecuted, and the attempt to charge them in court. Who are the 3 companies that have always been raising? 1, UMNO Youth. They have companies. They have companies to get free land from the government and then sell it to property developers at very high prices and make instant profits. YGP Holdings, you know Setia Eco City, the very luxurious apartment being built next to Mid Valley, Setia Eco City. Did you know that that piece of land was originally alienated to YGP Holdings? Almost free. Okay, almost free, and it was subsequently sold to SP Setia for something like 70 million ringgit. Just like that, they made the money. And yet, when you look at their accounts, they have never submitted accounts since 2006. For those who are businessmen here, you know that if you do not submit your accounts on a timely basis, within 3 months, you will get a fine, saman from the Companies Commission of Malaysia. And if within 3 months you still don't pay, you will get charged in court and you're liable to be fined 30,000 ringgit or 5 years in jail. And yet the directors of this company, who? Khairi Jamaluddin, who? Dato' Abdul Rahman Dahlan, Kota Belud MP. And who's the shareholder of this company? Your defense minister, Dato' Zahid Hamidi. No action at all has been taken on them, despite this company not having submitted any accounts since 2006. And it was only after I exposed this and pressed this during the Suaram issue, the minister replied in parliament 2 weeks ago, told me action has already been taken. I said, when was the action taken? Oh, end of October. After so many years, you only took action end of October. What do? We serve them the fines, the summons to pay the fine. Pay or not, I don't know yet. Then there's another company, Malindo. Malindo is a joint venture between National Aerospace Defence Industries and an Indonesian company by the name of Lion Air. National Aerospace Defence Industries, NADI, N-A-D-I, NADI. Who owns NADI? Some people who own NADI, Tan Sri Ahmad Johan, big shares, involved in scandals in the past. I shall not go into those scandals. But what is interesting is that this company was awarded an airline license. There are only 2 airline licenses in Malaysia, big ones lah, Asia and Malaysian Airlines. Okay, the rest are all very parochial specific airlines. Okay, Asia, Malaysian Airlines, and yet Malindo can get the 3rd next airlines to operate out of LCCT. This Malindo, who is NADI? NADI, when I checked the company accounts, they have not submitted accounts since 2007. A company that never submitted accounts since 2007, who has been a defense contractor for the government, and yet Najib can personally award a new airline license to this company. How do you award an airline license without knowing the financial integrity of the shareholders? I'll tell you why. The reason is because more than 10% of this company, Nadi, is owned by another of Najib's good friends' children. Which good friend is this? Everyone knows him. Dato' JJ, Jamaluddin Jajis. The 2 kids are the shareholders. One of them 27 years old, one of them 25 years old, are more than 10% shareholders of this company, NADI, National Aerospace Defence Industries, that somehow is able to get a lot of contracts from the Defence Ministry and now is awarded a new license to fly in Malaysia. Again, never submit accounts since 2007. Why aren't the directors dragged to court, charged, and if they don't pay, sent to jail? And of course, we all know all the companies under Dato' Syarizat Jalil. National Feedlot Corporation, that's right. And their own companies, Real Meat and Livestock Company, National Meat and Livestock Company, and Real Food Company. All these are their own private entities. All have not submitted accounts since 2006-2007. Up to today, none of the directors have been charged for failing to submit their accounts to the registrar of companies. So why is it that Suaram, that has complied, submitted every single account to the government annually on time, is being prosecuted, and yet the companies of these UMNO cronies are completely ignored? Very simple. They are prosecuting Suaram because they want to hide the scandal of Suaram. And the worst thing is, since I have been bringing up this case, our ROS, Registrar of Societies, have exercised its investigation powers under the Police Act to compel me to turn up for investigations. Just because I tried to speak up for Suaram, I'm being called for investigations with regards to Suaram as an illegal society in Malaysia. How am I related to Suaram? Just because you go to coffee shop and defend Suaram to the hilt because you believe that what Suaram is doing is right, be careful, the police tomorrow will serve you a summon to go for investigation. Complete nonsense. This is a government that has not changed, that has not transformed, as Najib has claimed. They claim to have political transformation. But this is exactly the same thing that has been happening for the past 2-3 decades. Anyone who fights Barisan Nasional will use all its powers under the state to prosecute and persecute you until you no longer has the energy or strength to fight them. But ladies and gentlemen, trust me, believe me, the reason why I am in this business, if it is a business, I think it's a loss-making business, is because I want to see a better future for all Malaysians. I believe that Malaysians deserve better. And I believe that Malaysians can achieve so much more because we have all the natural resources in the world, as what YB Wing San, Saudara Wing San has mentioned just now. We have all the talent that we can ask for, as long as we can keep them from going overseas. And yet, we are achieving way less than what we should be when compared to equivalent countries like South Korea, Taiwan, Hong Kong, or even Singapore. So we must be able to do more. And when we look at the economy, how it's being affected by all the government's policies, the government tells us that not only they have political transformation, as I mentioned just now, which is complete crap, they have economic transformation. Do they really have economic transformation? We look at the open tenders that they claim that they are conducting. Recently, they are extending the LRT contract. Some of you may have heard me say this before. They are extending the LRT contract. They hold open tenders for all companies around the world to take part. Very good. That is like following the example of Selangor and Penang. But after they take part, who did they award to? They didn't award it to Balfour Beatty of UK. They didn't award it to Siemens of Germany. They didn't award it to the best companies of China, South Korea, or Japan. They awarded it to a Malaysian company. And how good is this Malaysian company? Have they ever built a LRT or rail system in the world before? Maybe they didn't build in Malaysia, they built outside. Never. And what do they build? Or what do they manufacture? They manufacture water meters. Those outside your house, when Shabas come and do the inspection, how much do you have to pay? That water meter, they manufacture. A water meter manufacturer can get a 1.1 billion contract signed by none other than Datuk Sri Najib himself. And yet Balfour Beatty, one of the best companies, top rail companies in the world, they submitted a tender for 960 million ringgit. Cannot get, they're not good enough. Only George Kent, the water meter manufacturer, with a higher bid of 1.1 billion ringgit is good enough to get a contract from Datuk Sri Najib. And it only proves one thing. In Malaysia, as long as you have a Barisan Nasional government, you don't have to be the best to get the most lucrative contracts. You just have to be his best friend to get the most lucrative contract. You just need to play golf often enough with the Prime Minister, you will get the best and most juicy concessions and contracts from the Barisan Nasional government.